Dun, 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 dun. Comedy Snacks, welcome everybody. This is Comedy Snacks. Woo! And if you can hear, we have a live audience, sort of. We got a couple people in here. They're separated. Don't worry. Don't be complaining or sending emails. We're still waiting on a few audience members, but that's all good. It's good to have you. Thank you for joining us. People online, get off your ass and get to the show next week. Starts at 8. Don't mind the sign. It says 8:30. Forget that. Starts at 8 o'clock. Tonight we have some amazing comics. I have a lot of them. I'm not going to waste a lot of time just due to the fact that I want to give these guys real time and let them hear real laughs, not comments on YouTube. I'll mention a couple things. I had this girl before this whole COVID thing, this girl at my work. She was all excited because she just paid $900 for Justin Bieber tickets. $900 fucking dollars for September. I'm guessing it's canceled, but you could shove them all in there still with no mask. I'm fine with that. But $900, I'm like, excuse me, where are your seats? On his face? Just sing to me. Comedy. It wasn't my, well, it was my choice. My parents didn't want me to do comedy. Well, actually, they wanted me to do be a doctor. So, and they're pretty ashamed I went this route. So growing up, to do stand-up comedy, I had to, just so they weren't so ashamed of me, I would have them drop me off at the gay bar down the street, and then I would walk up to my show. They were definitely less embarrassed. Anyway, that's enough of me and my old jokes. I got nothing new for you this week. I'm going to bring up my first comic. I've seen him a couple times. He's been on the show before online. Well, here he is live in person. Give it up, Jordan Wilson.
People tell me I look like a cyclist. I don't get it. Like, why can't they just call me an asshole? I mean, to be fair, Vancouver has 4 kinds of assholes: motorists, pedestrians, cyclists, and cyclists a second time. And you know what? I'm probably going to get canceled for saying this, but being a cyclist is a choice. Yeah, I mean, thank you guys for coming out. I mean, it's nice to have things to come out to again. I mean, who would have ever thought you get tired of Netflix? You know, I mean, a little while ago I was feeling nostalgic and I was running through old episodes of Full House. You remember Stephanie's friend Gia? She was awesome. Yeah, she was. I mean, Gia is the greatest bad influence TV character in the history of television. Okay, because Gia was such a bad influence that Jodie Sweetin made poor decisions in her real life. All right. A 5-person applause break. How about that? I think that's the first time I'll see that. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, yeah, I had a big crush on Gia back then, but I doubt she ever would have noticed me because I was the nice guy who finished last in high school. You know, here's the one that I got all the time, you know, from girls in high school. You'd be such a good boyfriend. No, but seriously, you're actually like boyfriend material. Oh, did you maybe want to hang out this weekend? No, but seriously, you'd be so good. And so what I eventually learned, you know, is what they really meant was, you'd be such a good boyfriend for somebody else. I mean, not for me, and not for anybody I know for that matter, but for some hypothetical girl who, for all we know, could exist in real life. Oh my God, you'd be so good for her. No, but seriously. All right. I mean, it's actually funny because, you know, on my way here, I'm walking down Commercial, and coming in their way are 2 teenage girls. They're having a conversation. And as we pass each other, I hear one of them go, "She is the worst." And then her friend goes, "I know, right? She deserves to die of camel toe." Yeah, what? Exactly. Like, I don't know how one deserves camel toe. I definitely don't know how you die from it. I can make some joke about rug burn, but I like to pretend I have class. But the whole thing just got me thinking. I mean, how does anybody deserve anything? I mean, there's no point system, no scientific formula. Like, we just arbitrarily decide, you know, I deserve a donut, or I deserve a night out, or I deserve a boyfriend who doesn't steal from me, which, for the record, I never did. Don't listen to her. For the real reason we broke up is because she's a liar. So, I mean, deserve is just this thing that we made up, like that girlfriend from summer camp, or religion. I mean, the word itself is full of shit. I mean, it might as well be a Nigerian prince or a bigger penis pill. It might as well say it's going to be the change. It might as well send you emails. Beautiful Russian women want to date you. Fun fact, they don't. They just want to accuse you of stealing. Like, I remember being in the 9th grade, and this girl says to me, "Hey, Jordan, are you going to be at the dance on Thursday?" And I go, "No, I have a baseball game that night." And then she goes, "Fuck off, you deserve leprosy." And then she walked away. And that was my entire high school dating career. Apparently, she was the girl that actually did exist. But, like, she gets to just say that. She gets to declare I deserve leprosy, and nobody can fact check her. I mean, okay, watch, I can do this too. See? Okay, you deserve a cookie, and you deserve pubic lice. I've spoken, Like, I can't prove it, but you can't disprove it. I mean, you see what I mean? Like, it's bullshit. Like, in what universe do you deserve a cookie, right? I mean, deserve is not for cookies. Deserve is for big picture stuff. We all deserve freedom. We all deserve equality. We all deserve unlimited pornography at the touch of a keyboard. Outside of that, there's what you get and what you don't get. That's it. Does the world deserve the Jonas Brothers? Doesn't matter. They're what we get. Like, I'll put it this way. Like, if deserve was a guy that we went to with our problems, he'd be sick of us by now. Because we used to go to him for important stuff, I mean, there was once a time when he would hear things like, "Hey, deserve, we need you to help end slavery. We need you to help get women the right to vote." Like, important humanitarian causes. Not anymore. Like, now we bring him all our little bullshit, so he's got no time for the big stuff. It's like, "Hey, deserve, did you know that there's places in the world where people still don't have clean drinking water? Like Africa and Michigan?" And he's like, "I know." He's like, "I know. I've been busy handing out trophies to every kid who's ever been born." Like, trophies used to take up a fraction of my day, and now it's practically all I do. Like, and then I've got to go make bike lanes for a bunch of people that everybody hates. And then I've got to go get some kid onto one of those travel soccer teams. Well, is the kid any good at soccer? That doesn't matter for some reason. Just go talk to the soccer mom, okay? She's very persuasive. She's from White Rock. They all are. I mean, deserve is supposed to be a crusader. He's supposed to be off saving the world like Greta Thunberg or Gwyneth Paltrow. But we've... All right, hey, some of my jokes are on a time delay. I mean, the ones all the ones you didn't laugh at, you're going to crack up halfway home. So, that's fine. Like, I mean, that's what I tell myself. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be, like a crusader. Sorry, now I've lost my spot. But I mean, yeah, okay, Gwyneth Paltrow. Okay, all right. I'm not used to this much laughter. We're almost done here. Oh, okay. Here, I've got it now. I mean, yeah, he's supposed to be a crusader off saving the world, but we've reduced him to this exhausted mall Santa Claus. Just telling us whatever we want to hear, so we'll vacate his depleted, defeated lap. I mean, he's sick of us. He wants to be left alone, but here we are with our wish list. Yeah, so I want mad followers, and I want to make it rain. Oh yeah, and I want to do the Kobe Bryant thing where I get to play in the NBA and then win an Oscar. And deserve is just like, "Ah, fine, all of it. You deserve it all. Nice. But wait, what if I don't actually get it all? Then just bitch about it on the internet. Okay? Just, you gotta go. Go troll somebody else for a change. And I'm gonna stop trolling you guys because that's me. That's all I got.
God damn, I thought I had it bad with women in high school. No one's told me I deserve to die. To my face. Anyway, I'm going to keep this going. I have a special guest tonight. I've slowly become a big fan of his recently, and I've been seeing him around a lot. So please, for your enjoyment and pleasure, give it up for Mark Hughes.
Look at this. Let's see. Back in Vancouver, front row here looks like a white woman's inbox. You know what I mean? Fucking, JR looks like the fucking comment section. Yeah, you're beautiful. I don't know why any guy, I'll buy you some fucking jewelry. Yeah. Yeah, man. I just moved back to Vancouver from Toronto. I'm from here originally. Not happy about it. I don't like Vancouver. I'm not a fan. I'm a heretic. You're supposed to love Vancouver. I don't know if you guys know this or not. If you go anywhere else in Canada, they fall all over themselves fucking, why? You love oh my God, Vancouver! It's like it's a fucking cult, man. Jesus Christ. Vancouver's the only city I know of where people care more about gluten in their pizza than fentanyl in their cocaine. Fuck, man. You know it's one cool thing about going back east, though, because, out here, you guys must have met people who aren't from Vancouver, and then, like from Winnipeg or Edmonton or something like that, or Toronto, and then when it snows here, they go, you call that snow, huh? Right? So I got to, when I was in fucking Toronto, this was great, I was like, you call that an overdose crisis, huh? Yeah, man. Anyone here seen Crazy Rich Asians? Crazy Rich Asians is a bit of an old movie now, but yeah, Toronto, no one saw it. It's a travesty. I went to go see it. Halfway through, someone bought my seat and kicked me out. They never got that. When I first moved to Toronto, they didn't get that joke. They'd never heard the term demoviction. They're like, what's that? And I'm like, it's coming. And then by the time I left, they knew exactly what that was. So yeah, Toronto. It's funny when I moved to Toronto, everyone like. I travel a lot for to do comedy, and people all call Toronto like the center of the universe. They think they're the center of the universe, right? And it has a reputation for being a really cunty city. Toronto does, right? It does. It has a reputation for being that. I'm gonna break it to you, Vancouver. You guys are the champion cunts. This is the fucking hands down cuntiest city in Canada. Emperor levels of cunt up here. And you guys have been getting in your reps over the decades with your hiking and your fucking yoga, man. It's like Kegels for the personality, you know? The main reason I know this is because Vancouver looks down on any city that is not Vancouver. You go east of Nanaimo, ew, gross, KKK incest cult, you know? That's how it is in Vancouver. You're from Chilliwack, right? And you have to apologize for being from Chilliwack, right? Fuck, yeah. So I travel a lot for this, and a lot of the comedy I do is in like small towns, blue collar, working class, right? And salt of the earth. I love anyone who comes to see comedy. I love, because you are the most important part of the show. Because without you, there's no show, and without you, they call what I do hate speech. So I need you. You are an integral part of my performance, right? Saving me a lot of human rights tribunals for now, and. So I'll give you an example, perfect example, right on my left. A couple years ago, I went to go do a fringe festival in London, Ontario. And all my Vancouver friends said some variation of this. London, huh? Hope you don't get stabbed when you get there. And then I got there, and I met all the people, and everyone was nice, and invited me over for dinner and let me fuck their wives. It was fucking great, man. So now in Vancouver, when I'm at a party and I want to make people uncomfortable, rather than like bring up religion or politics, I'll be like, just got back from Red Deer, loved it. Thunder Bay, that place is fucking lit, yo. And they'll be like, but Mark, Vancouver has beaches and mountains. And I'll be like, yeah, but Winnipeg has eye contact. Usually pops a bit more. Oh, hello. Hey, Mufaro, what's up, buddy? Yeah, there we are. There. Now we have all the colors of the rainbow. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. Anyone here, you remember your first porno? Remember your first porno? Yeah, I do. I was 12 years old. My dad said I looked so good in front of a camera. If I want to do Throwback Thursday, I got to apply to the RCMP Evidence Division. You know what I mean? Comedy. It's good to be back. 4 months off. It's the longest I've ever not done comedy for in 7 years. Yeah, that's a long. I guess no one here did comedy in that time. Those Zoom ones don't count. I'm sorry, they don't. That's not stand up. Thank you, but it doesn't. Yeah, man, it's good. It's tough. Comedy's hard. Like, I get in trouble for my sense of humor a lot. Like, a couple of years ago, it was actually at a venue that's nearby here. I was supposed to be hosting a show like JR, and before I even stepped foot in the venue, I got kicked off the show because some members of the public approached the venue and said that my act may offend the LGBT community, which comes as a huge shock to me because some of my best friends are black. Black guy laughed, Luke. Jesus Christ. Luke's like, uh-oh. Yeah, man. My girlfriend has a rape fantasy. Yeah, but she feels really conflicted about it because she can't tolerate the thought of another man inside of me. Yeah, I got in trouble for that one a while ago. Comic, of course, always a comic, came up to me after the show and goes, "Ooh, you're going to hell for that one." And I said, "Well, good thing I'm an atheist." And he said, check this one out. He goes, "Even an atheist has a God he doesn't believe in." Yeah. What a stupid argument that is, you know what I mean? Because by that logic, there's a Santa Claus, a tooth fairy, and a Holocaust. Bald guy laughed at that. Sig Heil, yeah, good point. No. Rest of you watch too much liberal media. Oh boy, yeah, man. Anyone here use Tinder? No? More of a Craigslist crowd, huh? Okay, gotcha. I was using Tinder for a while. There's a lot of single mothers on Tinder. Now relax. I'm not going to start shitting on single mothers. I use a different app for that. So one night I matched with this woman at midnight, and we're just chatting for a couple minutes, and she invites me over right away. And I was fucking stoked until I got there and I saw that she had an 11-year-old son who was awake. Yeah. And she could sense I wasn't very comfortable with this because she goes, "Oh no, don't worry, he's deaf." And I said, "Well, I don't want to alienate him. Can he at least watch?" Or no, Luke, I didn't say that, buddy. I didn't say that. I'm fucked up. I'm not that fucked up, though. I left. And that's when I learned a valuable lesson. It's just us fellas in here, so we can be honest. Women don't take fucking rejection very well, man. Holy shit. They give us shit for it? Jesus Christ, man. Wasn't even out of the driveway, and she's texting me, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not even that attractive anyway. What are you, a faggot?" And I didn't know what to do, so I texted back, well, your son was pretty cute." Boom, roasted. Take that, bitch. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, so, are you a civilian? You here to do comedy? Yeah, okay. So, you like to get high? No, you don't like to get high? Yeah. I like to get high sometimes. One time I was getting high in a barn, and I dropped it. And you'd be amazed how easy it is to find a needle in a haystack when you're a heroin addict. So absolutely true. I lied a little bit a second ago. I am a recovering heroin addict. I've been clean and sober for 14 years. That part's absolutely true. Yeah, it's not part of my act. Oh, thank you. But you know what's better than applause? Heroin. That stuff is fucking lit, yo. Yeah, man. JR, you could use a little bit. Yeah, help you a little bit. Yeah, man. I loved heroin so much that to this day, I watch Intervention like my fat friends watch Chopped. Like, I'm not necessarily going to indulge, but I want to stay current. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you can do that with a light bulb, eh? Neat. I never thought of using a pop can instead of a spoon. They're absolutely right. A scented candle really would add atmosphere, wouldn't it? Because who doesn't like lavender when they're getting high, you know what I mean? Oh, someone told a joke about Gwyneth Paltrow. Was it you? Did you know a couple months ago she was selling a candle that if you burned it, it smelled like her vagina? Did you guys know about that? Yeah, man. So I just got as a heroin addict, a connoisseur of the opioids, I got thinking if I was using and had that candle while I was cooking up a shot, it would smell like how it got into the country. Fucking black guy's getting close to me. Yeah. I hang out with lots of comics and they'll break my balls. And they'll be like, did you used to suck dick to support your habit? I'd be like, why do you got to be high to do that? Love of the game, right? Nah, I used to rob banks. That part's true too. When I was 21 years old, I got sentenced to 9 years in prison for holding up a bank. And I did 7 of the 9 years, and my dad's still mad at me. He's like, you can never finish anything you start, eh, Mark? When I got out of the joint, one of the things I had to do to get my life in order was get a driver's license. Because I always wanted to drive a car, you don't have to start with a screwdriver. You know what I mean? So the day the road test comes, and the driving instructor gets in, he said, I just want you to drive like you normally would. So I put on my ski mask, punched him out, and robbed him, you know? Like, oh, damn, is that going to count against me? Because I forgot to shoulder check. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Violent armed robbery always brings the fucking crowd together. I love that, right? Sometimes people get weird when I talk about robbing and shit like that because they get uptight, and I always have to reassure them, don't worry, everybody. I only robbed white people, right? I wanted to make sure they had money. Black guy laugh. See, we're all good, right? There's no fucking crazy white bitches in here. That's all you ever got to worry about. Like, once they're not here, that's all that's like, yeah, we're all here together, right? Yeah, joined in hatred. Anyone here ever wondered what heroin felt like? You ever wondered what it felt like? Yeah. It's an honest question. I get asked all the time, what does it feel like? What does it feel like? What does it feel like, right? So, anyone here ever done it? No? Faggots. So I get asked this all the time. So what I've had to do is like come up with some mainstream analogies for like people who've never done it, like people such as yourselves, people whose parents hugged you when you were kids, you know? So, okay, heroin feels like, okay, oh, you know when you're in the bathroom and you drop your smartphone and you catch it just before it hits the toilet? For 4 to 6 hours. Heroin feels like getting a big hug from your grandma after she paid off your student loans for 4 to 6 hours. Yeah. Okay. No white women around, so I can tell this joke. Just got to do a shoulder check a little bit, so get in trouble for this one sometimes. Got the black guy in front of me, so we're good. Okay. Heroin feels like telling a racist joke at work, getting caught, and then they give you a raise. Pretty good, man. Okay, last one. Heroin feels like eating a warm apple pie that's full of heroin. And I'll close with that. Thank you very much, everybody.
Woo! Yes, give it up for Mark. That was fantastic. Thank you for coming through, Mark. I really appreciate that. I did sign up for the gym. I guess I'm going to have to try that heroin diet. Fuck, he made that sound so good. I'll be honest for a minute. I did the crack thing for a while. I did. 2 years. I didn't lose a fucking pound. Doesn't make any sense. Fuck, blew my mind. So that stuff doesn't work, so I got to do the gym thing. I'm the only guy, the fat guy, who can do those drugs and not lose a fucking pound. Nobody ever suspected I was on those things. Anyway. Who I got next? All right, so coming up next actually is someone when I first started about a year ago, I saw him around quite a bit, but then he got busy with this thing called school. I don't know what the fuck that is, but supposedly he's graduated and he wants to do shows again. So let me bring him up for you. Imad Ahmed.
already forgot what I was gonna say, so we're off to a good start. It's been a while. Oh no, so I've been. This is so awkward. It's a year later, but so I've been thinking about like COVID and stuff recently, and I feel like a lot of people have been saying like they're shocked that like the world wasn't prepared for this, and like how like the world isn't prepared for like they're just surprised, and I'm just gonna keep this out for the rest of the show if that's it. And I was like, I'm not super surprised. If you want to see how bad society is prepared for like a worst case scenario type situation, just look around next time a flight attendant is given a free pre-flight safety. Wow, I'm really just stumbling here. But just look around the next time a flight attendant is giving a pre-flight safety check, and you'll see that we're literally in a 90,000-pound box about to go from country to country, like a trip they used to take it was like a 6-month hike basically back in the day, and we're just about to fly it, and she's going through, I'm just gonna skip this joke. Didn't make me any smarter, I'll tell you that. But speaking of airplanes, I'm a big supporter of the Free the Nipple movement. Those two are completely not related. Again, I didn't put enough effort into this, but you could probably tell I'm a big supporter by the fact that I have a penis, and I wanted to do some research into the movement, and I'd always get like 2 minutes in and then get distracted. If you haven't figured it out, the movement is about tits now. This is going to be a lot shorter than I thought it would be. I was supposed to be at 7 minutes by now, and it's been about 45 seconds. But I'll tell you a joke about the time I lost my virginity. It was in elementary school, but they found my university ID, so it got a little awkward. And none of these are landing today. I'm telling you. Sorry, I'm at that awkward part where I literally have nothing else prepared, and I'm just looking through my notes. I think I'm just gonna cut it off early for today.
Like I said, he took some time off. It's all good, Ahmad. Focus on your studies, my friend. Don't worry about this thing. No. Glad to have you back, man. I know you got it. I'll be glad to see you in about 2 months when you work on it a bit more. Anyway, I'm going to bring up the next comic. Enjoyed watching this guy around everywhere. He's quite an intellectual. He's a scholar himself. Spent a lot of time in school. I might have to cut him off because he likes to talk a lot. I see him getting something ready, so I'm going to just prolong my speech while he comes to the stage. Please give it up, Rajneesh.
I did not know I have to put a condom on this thing. I've been in a committed relationship for 26 years. I've forgotten this thing. I don't know how to do this shit anymore. So, good to be here. I have driven from Chelawak, and that means I'm rich. And this is like my first show post-COVID world. And I was thinking that this is going on YouTube and stuff, and so I was thinking, should I be using swear words? You're giving it thumbs up. I'm going to use them in any case. That's fine. I'm not asking a question. It's a build-up to a joke, mate. So I was thinking, what should I be doing? But then I've never really understood the protocol about the bleepers. Like, how do you decide? How do these people on television network decide that this word is bleep-worthy and this one is not? Like, for instance, you can't say shit on TV, right? I mean, you can say a lot of shit on TV, but you can't say shit on TV. But turd is okay, right? You can't say asshole on TV. Politician is okay. You can't say fuck on TV. but orgy is okay. Imagine, fuck is a problem. So if a word creates an image of two people who hooked up on Tinder having sex, that's a problem. If a word creates an image of everyone having sex with everyone, totally okay, put it on TV, call it Game of Thrones. So I was like, yeah, screw it. I'll just use all the words that I'm gonna use. Then I thought, okay, this is my first post-COVID show, so should I be talking about coronavirus and COVID thing? Then I thought, why? I don't have to, because it's not gonna do anything to me. The worst it can do is kill me, as if that's never gonna happen. and as Jay said, like, I've had a pretty fulfilling life. Like, I've had an awesome life. I don't really mind dying right now. It'll be great. I can only go down from here. And and in any case, I don't think a virus can kill me because I have wonderful immunity, thanks to my gene pool. My gene pool is very vast, like, thanks to all the people who have come to India and fucked us up. Like, I kid you not, my dad is like Barack Obama black. And one of his brothers, my uncle, is like Bernie Sanders white. And in between, they have 4 others with different shades of gray. And my gene pool is so vast, like, this is not a result of normal sex, man. This is a result of a multinational, international, multilingual, multiracial gangbang. So I'm not dying, so I'm not doing any COVID jokes. So I thought, what should I do now? So the other major thing that's been going on during this COVID thing was the anti-racism movement that's going on. So I thought, okay, let me talk about that. I'm a brown dude, I'm an immigrant, so I can tell you some stories and how I react to that. Actually, that's how my comedy started. My comedy started as a response to what many people refrain from saying, systemic racism. And people don't understand the word systemic. Let me tell you, simple. If you think white is normal and everything else is not, that's systemic. And I'll give you a couple of examples. Now, these are real stories, okay? My reaction to that is funny, but the stories are real. So I teach English in a university. Yes. And whenever I tell this thing to a person, especially to a white person, they are like, good for you. That's what their lips are saying. Their eyes are saying, what the fuck? Another true story. A fellow in my university who knows I'm with the Department of English, who knows I have a fucking PhD in English, asked me, you are new from India, how come your English is so good? I said, well, same reason your English is so good. Colonialism. Another true story. I'm sitting in the faculty lounge, fucking faculty lounge, having lunch, reading an academic journal on classical literature. That's my specialty, by the way. A woman comes, sits opposite to me. She starts having lunch. We start having a conversation about the most important topic of conversation in Canada, weather. We talk about, have small talk for about 5-7 minutes, and then she asked me, a 50-year-old brown dude reading an academic journal in a fucking faculty lounge, she asked me, true story, so are you a student here or are you a faculty member? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm just a prowler looking for a cougar. Is this a library? This is like, I'm telling you, this is, there's a word which every people of color is aware of, that is called racial profiling. Everybody has been stopped because of the way they look, who is not white. I've been stopped because of just that, I know that. But in comedy world, we have a politically correct term for that. It's called stereotypes. So, and I don't have to tell you, there are plenty of people in the comedy world who have made astounding careers by kissing white ass and pandering to the stereotypes. So I came to Canada, I thought it was a multicultural country. I didn't know that it was just multiculturalism was just a fancy word for ghettos and stereotypes, you know? I came out, so I didn't know all these stereotypes that were in the comedy world, like, Indians are cheap, Indians have a weird accent, all that crap. What is all this nonsense going on over here? So I decided to subvert it because, see, I'm a brown dude from India who teaches English to white people in Canada. Like, how do I fit in any stereotype? I had to subvert them. And you can see where my comedy career is going. You pander to stereotype, you kiss white ass, you sell Madison Square Garden. You kick white ass, tell them you are ignorant. You perform in front of 5 people in Havana Theater on Commercial Drive in Vancouver. Right? So who said there's no racism in comedy? So I'll just... my comedy is also information. So I'm a Hindu. We've been here in Canada for about 100 years, and I realized that Canadians don't know shit about us. So let me tell you a little information about it. Hinduism is the only surviving religion that has a continuous history of 10,000 years. This is the only religion which has had 800 years of Muslim rule, 200 years of Christian rule, and still there are like 1 billion Hindus in India. You know why? Because whereas every other dominant religion wants you to stay away from sex, Hinduism wants you to have as much of it as possible. I'm not kidding you, I'm giving you a Sanskrit shloka for that. It's called Dharmarth Kam Mokshanam, which basically means to achieve salvation, you have to do 3 things. Do your job, make some money, and fuck like bunnies. Why do you think we wrote the Kama Sutra? Okay. And when the white people with their Victorian morals came to India, they found Kama Sutra too hardcore. We gave them a softer version of it. You guys call it yoga. And finally, I don't fit into any stereotypes because look at me. See, I am a Hindu. I'm married to a Sikh. I went to a Christian school as a child, and I learned comedy from Muslims. All facts. Okay? So if you are wondering how does Canadian multiculturalism look like, feast your eyes. By the way, how do you like my Jesus pose? You know he was brown, right? Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yes, that was awesome. Thank you, Rajneesh. Give it up for him again. One more time. You teach English? Good for you. Your uncle's skin tones are like a character select screen for your custom character in a video game. That's how I feel. I could picture them all. I'm just selecting them all. Awesome, man. Also, I forgot to mention, we have a new site for streaming as well. If you want to check out, thanks to my good boy Tanner, vancouvercomedy.ca. If you want to stream on there, that's your best bet from now going forward. And you can catch all the shows from the Havana Theater here that they shoot from here. We'll all be in that one spot, so make sure to hit that up. Is there a pledge on that one, Tanner? Or is that just the
yet.
Twitch channel?
There will be donations soon. It's not quite up yet.
All right, so if you do want to pledge, if you want to specify, if you want to shoot some bucks towards any of these comics, they're trying real hard. We're just coming out of a horrible time for anybody in the arts and everybody out there. We get it. So if you do want to pledge anything, you can do it on twitch.tv/Vancouver Comedy. There's a pledge button underneath. Throw something their way or not. Just enjoy the show and make sure you're having a good time. We have one more comic tonight, and I'm super, super happy to have him. I'm so excited. He's going to do something special for us tonight, and he's going to close this out. I'm going to give him whatever time he needs. Please give a warm welcome for Mafaro Mabudzi.
Yo, what's up, motherfuckers? Woo, what's up? All right, we back. Shout out to everyone tuned in. Shout out the, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shout out the 7 guys in this room. Like, there's no women in this room, but I guarantee you there's someone at home who just has their pussy to the camera right now. If I know my audience well enough, anyways. And if there isn't, then I need a new audience. So that's why I'm out here networking, doing this 8 fucking minutes or whatever. You know it's crazy, right? I was there at home, Skype messages me, I'm like, 8 minutes, you know? Shit. This shit better be paid, bruh. Because, like, I just spent last 4 months jerking off. And I got paid $2,000 every month, you know? Bam, motherfucker. Bam! Let's go. What else? Damn, this guy said Jesus was brown. Bro, if Jesus was brown, there would have been a cab from the Last Supper to the crucifix. Motherfucker. Let's go. What else? I got my apple juice with me. So I was thinking about it, right? Dating during quarantine has been fucked up, you know. But like, see, there's different phases. So there was like phase 1, you know, and then there was phase 2. So like more shit's open and stuff, right? Phase 3. But like, I was not staying at home in phase 1 because I was out doing a documentary and shit. But it was like, I would go to the beach. It was so fucking dry, you know. It was so fucking dry. There was no pussy, no girls to be seen, you know. But like one day I saw a fucking bra in the sand. I was like, yo, that's a free mask, motherfucker. Let's go. Damn. What else? Yo, I'm proud of black people right now, you know. To be honest, let's have a round of applause for black people, you know. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the damn because you might agree with me this time, you know. Motherfuckers be killing niggas and shit out here. But not you guys, though, not you guys. But I was thinking about it and I was like, yo, I'm proud of black people right now, man, because like during this coronavirus thing, is probably the first time that there's been a Black Lives Matter protest in Vancouver that's attracted more than 5 black people, you know? And it's great, because like I've been here from time, like I moved from Zimbabwe 2014, right? And this whole time, 2014 to 2019, you can get motherfuckers to a protest unless you are serving some Hennessy, you know? Like, damn. Can you imagine that shit, though? Like, I can imagine motherfucking, you know, no justice, no peace. Like, that's the slogan that they be doing, you know, no justice, no peace. And I was just imagining some guy pouring liquor, you know. Or liquor, not apple juice. This is just Chase. But I was just imagining some guy, some black dude turned up, you know, probably me. Yo, turn up, motherfuckers, just pouring shit, you know. And then I pictured, like, a little white girl saying, like, grabbing her mom, because her mom dragged her out to the event so she could learn about shit. She'd be like, Mom, how come they don't have to measure? Anyways, what else? Damn, it's crazy life right now, man. It's crazy, because I've been making lots of changes. Like, I had to move twice during coronavirus, man. Like, I had to move twice. I moved from Joyce Station, so this is like a mad Asian neighborhood, you know, mad Asian neighborhood. And it was interesting because at Joyce SkyTrain Station, there was this one homeless white guy outside the SkyTrain station asking me for change every time, you know. And I was just like, damn, like, I feel okay now because he doesn't know his audience, you know what I mean? Because Asians are some stingy ass motherfuckers, you know? But I moved from there, right? I went to the West End. I'm like, yo, English Bay, whatever. Beach vibes every day, you know? Chain on, shirt off, you know? Open shirt vibes, right? But like, yo, the thing about living in the West End is like, that's where like most of the gay people live in Vancouver. Like, that is like their block, you know what I mean? Like, if Vancouver was the streets or some shit, like, the West End is like the gay people's block, you know what I mean? You pull up to their shit, motherfuckers will shoot you with, like, one of those fucking, what's that thing which shoots, like, fucking confetti, you know? That's that's like the that's like the AR for their block, anyways. But like the thing is, right? Shit's fucking. It's. I love these people, man. I appreciate them, but it's like I hate how gay guys hit on me, you know? Because gay guys will hit on you like they're revealing some shit to you that you've been searching for your whole life, you know? Like motherfuckers be talking to you like they wrote The Alchemist or some shit, and they're like, you know, you just have to try, you know? I'm like, damn, this motherfucker doesn't know that I don't actually have anything against it. It's just like, I don't like people who express it so openly all the time, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I respect it, you know? Because like when you meet a gay motherfucker, they will tell you like the 12 letters of their name plus their blood type, area code in one go, you know what I mean? You know what they're dealing with. So that's nice. I fucking forgot my train of thought there. Fuck it. Bam! I need to think about that one. But yeah, the thing I was thinking about it, right, is like during coronavirus, right? Okay, transit, you know. Vancouver transit's nice, you know. But it's like, shit, the train has been so quiet sometimes. Like, so fucking dead. And sometimes, like, I'm the only guy in the train. And like, I'm like, fuck, I wish there was a way to connect my music to like the train speaker and to like make my shit be on blast or whatever, you know. And then just like DJ based on who comes into the carriage, you know. And then that's how you would choose your carriage too, you know. So if I see, so like let's say I'm waiting at Barad, right, and I see a carriage full of white people, I'm like, shit, I'm not going in there. Because motherfuckers will just be singing that, I will walk 500 miles. And like, you motherfuckers didn't walk shit, bro. You took a boat and then you hired people to work and walk 500 miles. They probably ran more trying to escape. Motherfuckers did like a million miles and didn't even ask for credit or make a song, you know. They just had to hum. But I was thinking about it, I'm like, dog, imagine if like the train, like there was Siri on the SkyTrain. So, you know, I could be like, hey Siri, you know, play the new song by Drake, or hey Siri, play The Weeknd, you know, whatever, right? She would be dope because I'd be like fixing up the SkyTrain in ways that's beneficial to people. You know, I'd be like, hey Siri, you know, tell the guy in the green t-shirt to stand up for the old lady, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be such a humanitarian, man. I'd be such a humanitarian. I'd be like, yo, Siri, hold up. Can you make the SkyTrain run until like 5 a.m. on weekends, you know? Because people need to party and shit, right? But it's like, I feel like being in power, because, you know, the city would have elected me and shit, right? So it's not like I'm just the guy who controls Siri on the SkyTrain. There's obviously got to be some elections and shit, you know? I'm basically starting lobbying tonight. But anyways, I feel like with some power, I would just become a dick at some point, you know? Like, I would be the biggest fucking dick in SkyTrain history, motherfucker. Aha! I'd be like, yo, hey Siri. Playing Negro spirituals every time new black people come onto the train. You know? Oh, you're not feeling that one, huh? I guess that's my baby then. But I think like it would be interesting because like white people would probably join in too. You know, it's a safe space. Oh, it's a fucking safe space. Some kombucha drinking motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Anyways, that's my time for tonight. Thank you for having me on this experiment.
I've never had to take someone else's condom off before. It felt natural though. It felt okay. Yeah, I gotta go on the west end of Vancouver now after taking that thing off. That was a big condom too. What is that, a Magnum? Anyway, that was fantastic. Thank you. Give it up. Excellent. We had some great comics tonight. I just want to mention we are coming from live from the Havana Theater. Please hit us up if you want to come out to next week's show. We'd love to have you out. It's Havana Theater, Havana Vancouver on Instagram and Havana Theater on Facebook. That's what it is. It's different. It fools me every time. Anyway, you guys have been great. It's been a nice experiment having a few people in-house. Hopefully see you more in the weeks to come. Anyway, take care, guys. This has been Comedy Snacks. Love you.